What's up, everyone? It's XV88 Mars, and today we're going to be talking about this subject. Y'all probably saw it in the news. Y'all probably read about it. But let's go ahead and get a little deeper with this, okay, guys? Today we're talking about the teacher, all right? She was 25 years old, 60-year-old boy, shot her in the chest. And we're going to be talking about So this happened in Newport News, Virginia. Okay, guys. We know the story already. We know what happened, but let's talk a little deeper with this. Okay. I know the teacher was trying to get the gun from the kid, and I don't know if it was an accident. He pulled the trigger. What happened with that? But at the same time, guys, this is a 60-year-old, and this is a teacher who's been shot. Right. So we had to. Some people say we got to get privacy, but I want to bring up some tension with y'all, okay? How time has changed, right? I remember at the time, when I was growing up, your family, your father, took you hunting different place like that or whatever. They can have weapons in the house and they tell you not to mess with it. You won't mess with that, right? But these days you have parents not talking to their kids about this, and that's why we having problems. All right. And what I'm seeing here, is a young kid, that the parents probably haven't talked to him, and they in a way that they should, right? Some parents probably say, hey, don't touch his gun, Billy, or whatever. And the kid still want to touch it to experience, to see what's going on. When I was a kid, my father said, hey, don't touch that. That will kill you and you will not see no one else, And from that time in my head, I put that in my head not to touch that. And I, at the time, owned myself, and my kids would not touch anything that's mine. You be seeing on YouTube and back in the days, Facebook, you have a young man, have a weapon and they point it all in their face, and girls, and they shoot themselves. It comes from not educating your kids about this, about stuff like that. Even with a knife, a knife can kill too. And it's just the parents not telling and talking to their kids about this. And it's kind of sad that this had to happen. And some people say it won't be the last time, right? But what I look at it is, as a parent, you have to talk to your kids, especially when you have things in the house that's going to destroy someone or make disaster towards yourself. Because I also was reading, I don't want to mention no names in this article or nothing. You know what article I'm talking about. This young man said that he saw it. He was a student as well. And he was saying that was his favorite teacher. He had to see that. And he said he have nightmares every night since it happened. When you see stuff like that, you have nightmares, right? And it always back to you, even with myself, when seeing tragic and stuff like that, I still see that like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? And then that's why, in my other videos where we talking about people, schools suing and they have to get professional help. That's when you need the professional help inside the school to talk to the kids, to let them know that everything's going to be all right. But when you taking away, this from the schools and using funds for everything else, we're going to have problems. And when you do that, that's what happens. As parents also, y'all guys need to start talking to your kids. Like some parents say, well, this is my kid. I'm not going to tell my kid this. And this is when we have disaster, because you're not talking to your kids. Everyone want to raise their kids right. But at the same time, if you own any weapons, talk to your kids. Do not touch that. It happens to kill people. It happens to kill yourself if you don't know how to use it. Most kids do see things on TV and they want to play that part back out. But guess what? As a parent, when I was a child, when I saw stuff like that on TV, and my parents already told me that stuff is not real, it's fake, is phony, and you see these actors and actresses again, I started realizing that, it's true. So you had to talk to these kids to let them know what's going on. And I feel sorry for the little boy, who said that was his favorite teacher, Nightmares. Just think about the other kids what's in there. And that's when you need to have your sociology persons, in there talking about that, because it's kind of sad that this is going on, right? And you don't want to bring other stuff to it, but every individual person have to make a step and go ahead and talk to their kids about that. And we talking about little kids, 6 years old, all right? And I have a daughter who's that age, and it's kind of, sad and stuff like that. That's why I talk to her. You don't want to bring too much fear towards your kids, but at the same time, you got to talk to your kids to let them know what's going on, all right? What's going on in the world, what's going on with here. And as adults right now in the time, we want to be fighting for other stuff, weapons and this and how people getting this and how people getting this weapon and everything. We know how people getting the weapons, but if you want a better world, you got to talk to your kids to stop the problem. If one kid sees something going on in the family, and I'm not talking about this individual child, we talking about everything. We talking about people have to step in. If you're a good parent, tell your kid, hey, this is what it is, and this what's going to be. Don't touch that, right? Then you got the other parents who just get it and just let them do what they do. Then you got the other parents, if you want to stop a generation of crime or different stuff like that, you got to educate yourself. Most people who got into crime back in the days, they didn't have nothing, and it was basically too much poverty. And you get there, you don't want your kids to do the same thing what you was doing. You want your family to be better. And if they're looking at you like this and they get into that life, you got to straighten them out ASAP, and that's, it's kind of sad how it is, how this happened. This tragic thing should never, ever happen with this teacher, right? But guys, most people said this is the world we live in, and I'm looking at this ain't the world we live in. We gotta, educate our kids about things that's around us, right? Hey, y'all guys, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. This is XV88 Mars Playground. I'm about to hit the road, guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.